Hi, my name is Rabia. I'm 23 years old. I'm from West London in Ealing, and I'm a full-time professional now. I'm not a student anymore. I think I'm a joker. I'm quite independent, and I am a go-getter. Becoming older, growing up, having more responsibilities has definitely made me less happy-go-lucky. But I think that's natural. I think when you're a child and you're going through your childhood, you just want to live carefree. I think I just started to switch on a little bit more and just take things a lot more seriously. My first thought of the day, I had a really loud thud downstairs, so I kind of thought we were getting robbed in the house, so I got a bit scared. But then I was like, oh, what time is it? It's 6:15, I need to be up. So then I was like, okay, I'm not late, and got on with the day. I would definitely say 2018, I had a lot going on in my personal life. And then I think definitely when it came to November 2018, I think that's when I was just like, well, I'm not okay. I'm not okay, and I need to do something about it because, you know, my thoughts were just all over the place. I felt really, really lonely. Like in an office full of people, in a room full of people, I just felt like I don't want to be here, totally spaced out. Did I ever seek help? Yes. I did. I always thought that I could do it myself. I didn't need help. Not that it made me feel crazy or silly or anything. I actually, if any of my friends or anybody was ever going through anything, I would always, you know, be a shoulder for someone else, and I always recommended if they wanted professional help to go get it. I'd never looked down on it. But I think in final year, it was just, my final year of university, it just really all got to me, and I was like, I just need to talk to someone completely like strange to me, like someone that who's not my friend, who's not my family, who could just listen to me. Because all of my situations in my personal life were getting so embarrassing for me to actually like talk to like my friends and family too openly that I just thought I'll resort to it and actually get professional help. So I did. I don't think I was giving myself any time, to be honest. It just felt like everything was moving at 100 miles per hour. So I felt like I didn't have time to stop and just take a breath. Like I just didn't think that was a thing. I was like, it's just one thing after the other for me. My brain's got too many things going on in it, and no part of me was saying take a break, you know, or like go and do this for yourself. I think last summer I dropped a lot of weight. I completely like shredded down, and that was not intentional. I think I look back at my pictures and I was like, I was literally like skin on bones. And I look back at my pictures, but I can just tell she wasn't a happy person. So she had a lot going on. So weight definitely drops off, appetite disappears, motivation to get up, to clean myself, wash myself, anything. Like the thought of a shower, I was just like, I don't need to, which sounds horrible, but it's quite normal actually when you're going through something that you just don't want to do anything. But yeah, definitely weight loss, loss of appetite, fatigue, just being tired all the time. Skin. My skin was actually quite okay on my face during all of this, but I think other parts of my body were showing that like the inside of my body is shutting down. I would start to get like these kind of rashes or like spots almost. And for someone who's not used to that kind of stuff, I was just like, what is happening? And I never linked it to stress until my sister was like, are you actually all right? Because maybe this is your body saying that you're not okay. I think at that point, I was getting really stressed out. So it became a cycle because I was getting stressed out about the stress I have and the stress that's showing on my body. So it's stressing me out even more, and I couldn't fight it. So anything that I ate or did to try and fix it, like I think I called my GP and they gave me some sort of cream or something to try and apply, like it didn't work. Because it needs to start from within, really. You need to actually stop stressing about things. You need to take time off. Lockdown. First of all, never thought I would live through something like this. It was really bizarre because my whole university experience just came to like a random halt. So originally I was quite negative about it, and I also had like my exams to do, which would have been like online, and that was a really unfamiliar thing for me. I didn't know how it was all going to pan out. But it just gave me personally, like it gave me a time to reset and just get in touch with actually being present again with my family or going out, and if it was just going on a walk to help. But I think definitely too much of anything isn't great. So when lockdown kept going on and on and on, I was like, okay, this is starting to bother me, because it's like we're humans, we're like social beings, you need social interaction. So when we were like not getting that, it was freaking me out a little bit, because I was just like, when am I gonna get to see my friends? I think I'm young, like I'm 23, I want to be able to travel again, I want to be able to enjoy. So I want to stay positive. I don't want to throw myself off completely and become really like closed off, recluse, stay indoors, scared, because that won't get you anywhere. You know, if we're kind of making some sort of progress, I need to just stay somewhat positive about it and be optimistic about lockdown easing, but I definitely have my reservations about it. I think the worst thing for my mental health is confrontation. Now, it's a bit of a weird one to say. I don't mind confrontation, but I just think when it happens, things get really heated. Things get said that shouldn't be said, and it can really kind of affect both people involved or how many people involved, and I just think it like just raises everybody's emotions, and it just puts me on edge because I don't know what can happen next. I don't know how things can escalate, so that isn't great for my mental health, I think. I think the best thing for my mental health is like the time that I get with my niece. I'm so happy when I'm with her. I think being around like literally furry friends, so like having like a dog. I'm not really a cat kind of person, but like animals bring me a lot of happiness. The first thing that I'd like to do to kind of lift my mood is just clean my room, clean my environment, having that control over moving things and then sorting everything out and letting some light into my room. I just want to see the sunlight, and then I could be okay to start. Yeah, social media can be a massive player in making you feel some type of way, for sure. I think Instagram is where it gets a little bit tricky because I feel like everyone feels this pressure to look a certain type of way or have their followers perceive them in a certain light. You always want to show your best side, so you're always feeling like 110% pressure when it really shouldn't be like that. We shouldn't have to stare at a picture for like 45 minutes until the point you start hating it before you think about posting something. Like if you enjoy it, you should just go for it. I decided to kind of go off all my socials in March, and I think I did that for about 2 months, 3 months, and I had no urge to go back. I just didn't care about what anyone else was doing, and then I think that gave me less of a reason to compare myself to people in their lives, like because I wasn't looking at what they were doing and what I was sitting at home doing. I think to cope better, I have definitely really started focusing on this whole idea of the circle you keep around you, and like we were talking about energy and like just the kind of vibe people give around you. I think it's so important to surround yourself with people that have really like the similar ambitions and passions as you. You can't be around low vibrational things and people, like it will just make you feel even lower. So lockdown happened last March. I was fighting to get my degree, and I did, and then September came and I had my job. I was actually told pretty much like 8 months before my starting date that I had the job, so I was feeling really happy, really secure throughout really the pandemic, but it was quite tough to hear a few of my friends who had had like their grad jobs taken away from them, so I was definitely really on edge about that could possibly be me, like that could happen. Thankfully it didn't, and yeah, I've started in September and I've kind of gone headfirst into the role. It's been tough because I'm obviously not in the office. I'm not just like a chair away from someone to just ask them anything. I think more so last year my screen time was a bit crazy, and that kind of just puts you in a really groggy mood. It makes you really like lethargic. You just kind of feel really useless, not useful, just kind of sitting about lazing, and I think that probably explains why at that time I wasn't feeling too great. And when I kind of caught myself almost falling into the same loop again, I decided to completely cut off social media. So I feel like year on year I am getting somewhat wiser, and I'm a bit more in tune with myself to be able to realise when things are kind of shifting off balance. So I think coming from an Asian background and just kind of focusing on mental health within Asian kind of culture, I feel like families can become quite heavily involved with each other and kind of feel like they're very close-knit and tight, and be very, very involved in each other's business, which can obviously put several different pressures and stresses upon different individuals in the family. But I think you could be very involved but also not know what's going on with your kids, and I think I speak about this from like a parent's point of view. I think it depends on what generation parents are from. I think that definitely also has an impact on how they talk to their kids or how they break down kind of arguments and domestics in the house. I think mental health often is kind of just seen as a man-made thing, and it's just something that can be gone in like a few seconds. Sometimes like speaking to someone way older than me, I feel like they don't really get it, and it's something that should be seen as a massive health concern, and you should put emphasis on it, and more so now than ever they are, I feel like, in society. But I think we've still got a long way to go. I think parents should start having more conversations with their children and really just, you know, be part of the change, because you can't just say to your kids, have a paracetamol, it'll all be over with. Like, you've just got a headache, sleep on it, you'll wake up feeling good tomorrow. That's the last thing you want to hear, like when you're going through something. And it already is, you know, like a difficult conversation for many people to open up about their mental health.